Welcome to the 2017 White Coat Ceremony for the class of 2021 School of Medicine. Welcome and congratulations to our incoming first years. We are very pleased to host today's event in the Paramount Theater. A lot of history here. The facility opened in 1931. It became an immediate Charlottesville landmark, thriving despite the recent stock market crash at the time and the Great Depression. Over the decades, it has closed, it has reopened, undergone several renovations, but through it all, the theater continued to grow, serving its purpose to enrich the Charlottesville community with cultural and educational programming. Students, take a good look around. The next time you'll be here as a class will be your graduation in 2021. The history of the White Coat goes back even further than the Paramount's history. If we go back in time to the end of the 19th century, it was a period of tremendous progress in public health and medicine, when the benefits of sanitation and clean water were recognized. In the hospital setting, antiseptics revolutionized care. With the advent of germ theory, physicians aimed to be more scientific in their practice and in their dress. Medical schools also adopted a more rigorous and standardized curriculum. The white coat embodied this new philosophy. White is the color of hope, and the lab coat, the symbol of the healer. Surgeons became the first to wear the white coat, followed by hospital physicians and then general practitioners. By 1950, it became the norm. The white coat reminds physicians of their professional duties as prescribed by Hippocrates, to lead their lives and practice their art in respectability and honor. This ceremony is performed for the incoming class at the beginning of each academic year. The University of Virginia Medical Alumni Association and the School of Medicine proudly welcome students into the family of medicine, by which they are joined by faculty, staff, relatives, and friends as they receive their new uniform. The White Coat Ceremony welcomes those embarking on their medical careers to the community of physicians by giving them this powerful symbol of compassion and honor. It also gives them a standard against which they must measure their every act of care to the patients who trust them. Before I move on to the program, I do want to recognize several members in the audience today. First, I would like to recognize University of Virginia President Teresa Sullivan, seated to my right. And also to my right, Dr. Rick Shannon, our Executive Vice President of Health Affairs for our health system. Next, I would like to introduce our 4 college deans who will be spending a great deal of time with our students over the next 4 years. Dr. Meg Keeley, Dean of Dunglison College. Dr. John Densmore, Dean of Hunter College. Dr. Chris Peterson, Dean of Penn College. And Dr. Sean Reed, Dean of Reed College. That sounded a little rehearsed. I would like to thank our students and faculty volunteers for all their assistance, as well as the staff of the Medical Alumni Association. I'd also like to recognize Dr. Charlie Henderson, who is also to my right with us today. Dr. Henderson is the immediate past president of the Medical School Foundation Board of Trustees. He is also the representative for the School of Medicine's class of 1965. Through generous donations, the class of 65 has created an endowment which covers all the expenses for today's ceremony and the white coats that our students are about to receive. So a big thank you to Dr. Henderson and all of his classmates for their support. I would like to thank the family and friends who are able to join us today and celebrate with our first years. This is a very special occasion and we're very fortunate to have you with us here today. We will be taking photographs throughout. We have a professional photographer here today. One thing that the folks at the Paramount have asked is that there's no flash photography today, so you're more than welcome to take pictures during the ceremony. At the conclusion of the ceremony, and I'll give you all the instructions, we're actually going to take group photos, which will be available to all of you online. So you'll be sure to get access to all these photos. So I would like to introduce our first speaker, Liz Wong, who is a member of the class of 2018. She is the president of the Mulholland Society, which is our student governing body for the class of medicine, for the School of Medicine. Liz is a member of the class of 2018. She earned her bachelor's degree in cognitive science with a concentration in neuroscience here at UVA. She loved her 4 years here so much that she decided to stay here for 4 more. She plans on applying for obstetrics and gynecology residency program this fall, and maybe she'll stay for another 4 years here at UVA. Please give a warm welcome to Liz Wong.
Thank you for the kind introduction. Hello and welcome, class of 2021, esteemed faculty, family, friends, and guests. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to the School of Medicine. Forgive me if I sound a little nervous. It's because I am. Is anyone else nervous? You're probably all way too excited to really be nervous, and I'm excited for you too. I'm thrilled that you'll be able to join the medical community on this fulfilling journey, beginning with your glorious white coat. The white coat you receive today will serve many purposes, and like any good dress, its best features are the pockets. It'll become your backpack on the wards. In fact, your goal on surgery will be to become a walking storage closet. You'll stuff reference books, notes, articles you printed off the internet to present to the team because you want a gun, and patient lists, all in your left pocket. Then you'll stuff your reflex hammer, your auto ophthalmoscope, your surgical tape, your lube, your gauze, your alcohol swabs, all in your right pocket. And most importantly, you'll stuff a snack or two in the inner pockets on the bottom. Speaking of snacks, I hope you all like peanut butter and stale graham crackers, because that's what you'll be living off when you're on the floor. And don't forget to look official and put some nice pens and a pen light in your front pocket. And it's okay for you to carry your cell phone on this top inside pocket. Just don't let your Despacito ringtone go off when your mom calls you to check in. You'll eventually run out of room in your pockets. And so then you'll have to wear your stethoscope around your neck. Trust me, it's as cool as it looks. Except for the times when it gets caught on a doorknob or on the edge of the table or on your patient's IV line, then you just look like a medical student. Your white coat will literally become heavy with all the notes and supplies that you'll accumulate, but it will also become figuratively heavy with the knowledge that you'll gain while wearing it. This coat will be with you throughout your entire medical education. It will be with you when you first learn how to listen to a heart. It will be with you when you eagerly run papers over to radiology. And it will be with you when you first experience the joy of a new mom holding her baby for the first time. And it will be with you when you experience the sorrow of a healthy young patient who is just diagnosed with ALS. With this white coat, you begin your journey as a lifelong learner. You will gain a tremendous amount of medical knowledge, from how the hedgehog signaling pathway is essential for cellular differentiation, all the way to how to treat high cholesterol with a statin. You'll also gain insight into the complexity that is humanity in medicine. The decisions to receive treatment are not as straightforward as they seem, that which treatment to receive is unclear, and learn that what is best for you is not necessarily what is best for your patient. Not only will you now look the part, today you officially become a part of the medical community when reciting the Convocation Covenant. You'll also become a part of the UVA community of trust when you sign the honor scrolls with Devin Rosen, the chair of UVA's honor committee here, as you exit the stage. To quote Thomas Jefferson, since it wouldn't be an official UVA speech without him, never suppose that it is best for you to do a dishonorable thing, however slightly so it may appear to you. all your virtuous dispositions and exercise them whenever an opportunity arises, being assured that they will gain strength by exercise. As you don your white coat, recognize that its color represents the purity that a physician's heart has, and is a visible reminder of your honorable commitment to do no harm. Recognize that it is this community of trust that allows you to be a part of your patient's suffering as well as their joy. And recognize that it is up to you to uphold the virtues of the honor system at UVA as well as part of the community of physicians. So my new colleagues, before we begin, take a moment to take it all in. Feel this feeling right now, this feeling of joy, curiosity, angst, and accomplishment. This feeling of joining something that is bigger than yourself. Take a moment to embrace these last few moments before putting on white for the first time, because before you know it, these 4 years will pass you by. So without further ado, please help me welcome the class of 2021. Good luck to you all, and good luck keeping your white coat white.
Thank you, Liz. Our next speaker is Dr. Tom Newbill. Tom is the immediate past president of the Medical Alumni Association and has become a very good friend of mine over the years. Tom graduated from Duke University with a degree in chemistry and from George Washington University with a master's degree in biochemistry. After graduating from UVA School of Medicine in 1979, he completed his general surgery residency at North Carolina Memorial Hospital in Chapel Hill. He returned to UVA to complete his residency in otolaryngology, head and neck surgery. And upon completion of this residency, he entered private practice in Richmond, where he practiced for 25 years. In 2004, he started the otolaryngology allergy practice for Virginia ENT Associates and retired in 2010. He now works at 2 Bon Secours hyperbaric oxygen and wound care centers. Please join me in welcoming our past president, Tom Newbill.
Thank you, Barry. Our present president, Bonnie Offutt, could not be here, and I jumped at the chance to attend another one of these wonderful ceremonies. It is, I think, as much fun for us alumni as it is for the entering class to be here today. The University of Virginia Medical Alumni Association was established in 1949 as an independent organization of more than 13,000 members dedicated to the service and benefit of the School of Medicine and the University of Virginia. The University Medical School Foundation was established in 1972, exists as the financial arm of the University of Virginia Medical Alumni Association, and its mission is to receive, invest, manage, and disperse funds for the express purpose of maintaining and constantly improving the state of excellence of the University of Virginia Medical School. The headquarters are located at 1111 West Main Street, which is now being surrounded by very tall buildings. And a small full-time staff, the association, with a small staff, the association manages more than 50 annual programs and events for students, alumni, and house staff. Some of the most popular events include the Medical School Reunion Weekend, today's White Coat Ceremony, again, generously sponsored by the class of 1965 and Charlie Henderson. Money Talks financial lectures to help you understand some of the financial needs after you graduate from here. Legacy Connect, where we pay some special attention to alumni children. And Family Day, which is coming up soon. And then there's the host program where alumni sponsor medical students during their 4th year search for residencies and saves them immense amount of money, travel expenses. And many alumni relish the chance to meet you all on this tour and endeavor. In addition, the Alumni Association publishes the University of Virginia School of Medicine Vitals magazine, the capsule bi-monthly e-newsletter, and alumni directories for reunion classes. Special student events include an emergency loan program, scholarship assistance, the host program, as I mentioned, the UVA MedConnect mentoring program, and Global Health Travel Awards. As Barry mentioned, today's event is generously sponsored by the class of 1965. It is indicative of the generosity of the Medical Alumni Association members. The Medical Alumni Association and Medical School Foundation recognize the rising cost of medical education and has a great impact on the financial debt burden of our medical students. Our organization puts forth a tremendous effort to reduce this debt burden by providing scholarship funding. Scholarship funding has been generously provided by our medical alumni through individual class or class projects. We're proud to say this past academic year, the Medical Alumni Association will provide $1.7 million in scholarship support to medical and nursing students. In addition to the scholarship funding, our organization provides other vital funding to the School of Medicine, supporting research projects, lectureships, faculty and house staff support, and other School of Medicine priorities. In fiscal year 2018, we will provide $3 million to the School of Medicine. Our alumni have a tradition of giving back to the school in very meaningful ways. Earlier this week, the Medical Alumni Association presented each of you your stethoscopes, which are a result of alumni gifts. Many of the scholarships you will receive from us are contributions from either classes or individual alumni. Our tradition of giving begins with our students. Each year, the graduating class holds a fundraising project in order to give back to the institution. And our last year, 2017 graduating class had a remarkable 87% participation in the giving program, a participation rate we hope you will exceed when you become fourth-year students. My final thoughts are to encourage you to be an active member of your medical alumni associations. As students, you are official members of the association. Get involved as students and stay involved as alumni. As you don your white coat today is the first day of your hopefully long and rewarding medical career. And in 4 long years, as Barry said, when you come to this same venue and recite the Hippocratic Oath to start your life as a medical professional, I hope you will recall how proud you felt the first day you put on the honored symbol of the physician, the white coat. And finally, as a practicing doctor, I hope you will occasionally reminisce about this day and continue to maintain the enthusiasm and idealism in your life as a caring physician as you have today. Congratulations.
Thank you, Tom. It is now an honor to introduce Dr. David Wilkes, Dean of the School of Medicine. Dr. Wilkes received his Bachelor of Science degree from Villanova University, his medical degree from Temple University, and also completed his residency at Temple University Hospital. He completed a pulmonary and critical care fellowship at the University of Texas Southwestern Medical Center. He is also a military veteran, having served 3 years as a major in the U.S. Air Force Medical Corps. Dr. Wilkes joined UVA after over 20 years at Indiana University. Since joining us in 2015, Dr. Wilkes' accomplishments are remarkable. Under his leadership, our U.S. News rankings in primary care and research have increased, and mostly our medical center, as part of our leadership team, was ranked #1 in the state of Virginia for the 2nd consecutive year. This also includes 6 specialties that are rated among the top 50 nationally, and 4 specialties which are rated among the top 10% nationally. Please welcome Dr. Wilkes.
Good afternoon. I should start by saying, who's excited to be here today? So I am too. I should just share that with you. And you know, it's only been a few years since I sat in this seat and got my white coat. I mean, more than a few years, maybe on a log scale, perhaps, but a little longer than that. But actually, I did sit in this seat before, much like your family members, as I say to the students, and where my daughter went through this process, not here at University of Virginia. But I mention it because when I watch the family members coming in today and the number of pictures being taken, there's a sense of pride. I mean, you can see the folks are just radiant in their smiles and in their excitement, and you should be. I mean, this is truly a special day, and that I have the privilege of being able to preside over part of this is quite an opportunity for me, and I'm truly delighted to be part of this ceremony for you. So, to our class of 2021, I think it's an understatement to say that this will be a transformational journey for you. It's going to be inspiring and rigorous. You'll be buoyed by enthusiasm and discovery, and it's sometimes deflated by exhaustion and simply not having enough time. But then you'll be lifted again when all of the dots start to connect and you apply the knowledge and see results as you realize the profound difference you can make in the lives of others. You're going to learn a lot about the science, the scientific basis of medicine, how to take a clinical history, perform a mental and physical exam, order and interpret clinical tests, and perform clinical procedures, and explain why you determined why those tests were necessary. You'll learn to identify and apply preventive, curative, and palliative clinical interventions. You'll develop a prognosis about the future health of an individual patient based on their condition and the interventions known to treat that. In essence, you'll become the doctor. You'll get really focused on learning, applying, questioning, double-checking, making sure, doing it right, and so you might forget that the patient is a real reason, is a real person that we take care of. And such individuals that we treat are frightened, confused, and uncertain, and they rely on you, our physicians to fix whatever is wrong. So in the midst of your learning and applying these life-changing knowledge, you'll need to remember that this person that we call the patient is at the center of all that you are doing. The patients are the reason why we're here today. This may seem obvious to you, but it isn't always easy to remember in the rapid pace and the incredible demands that each day brings. And you will be busy, I assure you. And so I ask you to remember three things, our incoming class. And they're very simple, but they're crucial to keeping your patient at the center at all that you do. So first, remember, and I'll go through these briefly. First, see and be seen. Second, please listen. Third, and learn touch, and that's truly a gift. So see and be seen. Communication with your patient is obviously essential to any encounter, but often you don't see your patient because you're preoccupied with data entry, thinking about the next patient, or worrying about the incessant phone calls and pagers. So I ask you to stop. Seize the moment, always look at your patient in the eyes, and look at them through the eyes of compassion. Without even thinking about it, we also make it difficult for patients to see us. If you're looking at a computer screen and entering data during a patient visit, then when your patient can't see your face. And if you can't see your patient when they answer your questions, that means you might be missing some vital information that might lead to follow-up questions or give you additional clues about the patient's condition. And in the hospital, many of our patients simply aren't able to see your face because their movements are restricted, and that prevents them from turning their heads and moving about the bed or an exam room. And so when our patients can't see us, they feel powerless and extremely uncomfortable. They feel invisible and devalued. So stop. Really see your patient and make sure that they can see you. The second item is to listen. We're under constant auditory assault. Beepers, phones, machines, monitors, hallway chatter, and you'll experience all of those when you get into the hospital setting. Sometimes it's simply hard to really discern what your patient is saying, or for whatever reason, your patient may have difficulty in communicating with you what is troubling them that day. But despite these challenges, you must really listen to what the patient says, and this is hearing this is hearing what they say and hearing actually between the words that are said. That is also hearing what they don't say, an art form that you will master over these next 4 years. And while you listen, you must also see. What are the unspoken physical responses to your questions? Did your patient look away from you when you asked a question, shift their posture, sit more upright, or lean towards you? Did they frown, turn their eyes away from you? Did their face light up with recognition or relief? All of this is communication and information. So simply hearing is not enough. You must learn to see while you're listening. The final point is to touch. Human touch is probably the most effective way to communicate with someone that you care about. And as students, you'll see that we, in the medical profession, we create barriers between us and our patients. Masks, hospital gowns, gloves are highly effective ways of doing this. They're all done for the right reason. It's done for safety, the safety of our patients and our own safety. Still, there's rarely a time, and please remember, there's rarely a time when you are not able to simply reach out, take your patient's hand in your own, or provide a pat on the back or the arm. These very basic gestures provide a huge amount of reassurance and comfort to your patients, and it sends a message that you're present and that you genuinely care. It reinforces to the patient that they have value, and that they are seen as a person, and that they are being heard. So these three elements, seeing, listening, and touching, are keystones to any relationship, and relationships are fundamental to everything that you're going to do over these next 4 years, and actually throughout your career. Regardless of your individual accomplishments, your success is going to depend on how well you'll be working with others. So recognize and celebrate the individuality and diversity of your team members. Each of you brings a different perspective, a different skill, a different background. Each has something to teach you. And if you will take the time to see and appreciate them as a complete person, remember that you'll never regret treating someone with kindness. It's really the essence of medicine. So I'm glad that you're here at the University of Virginia School of Medicine, and that's truly an understatement. And I said this to the incoming class last week when I had a chance to meet everyone in the group. You're here because we know you're going to make our school a better place. We know that you will change how medicine is practiced, and you will become the physician leaders of tomorrow. So you are the class of 2021. And welcome to the University of Virginia School of Medicine. So, before I step down, on a more somber note, many of you know, particularly those who are from Virginia, that Charlottesville has been chosen as a place for a few demonstrations, starting as early now as we learned just recently, is tomorrow afternoon. And these individuals who are coming to demonstrate do not reflect who we are in Charlottesville, certainly don't reflect who we are as University of Virginia or the School of Medicine. It's an alt-right group, and there is a chance for confrontation. So as you're here in town today, part of these activities may actually be on this mall area, which is where the Paramount Theater is, where we're sitting. So I would ask you, and our safety measures are suggesting that for tomorrow afternoon, evening, and through Saturday, perhaps the mall is not the area to be in. And so we have a responsibility as leaders of the institution to look out for everyone's safety. And I don't want to dampen the enthusiasm of today, but I want to make sure that everybody enjoys their time here. So please take note of that as you go through the next couple of days. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wilkes. Now we're going to move on to the portion of the program that I believe we're all here for, the presentation of the white coats. Announcing each student today will be Senior Associate Dean for Education, Dr. Randy Canterbury. Dr. Canterbury has been a member of the School of Medicine faculty since 1984. He's the Wilford Spradlin Professor of Psychiatric and Internal Medicine and has made significant contributions to the school, most notably the design of the Next Generation Cells to Society curriculum. Please welcome Dr. Canterbury and the presentation of the white coats.
Thank you very much, Barry. Good afternoon, good afternoon to everyone. This is always such a privilege and a pleasure. It's happening without even my saying anything. We'll be calling the students up in alphabetical order within their colleges. Now, for those of you who don't know about the colleges, we divide our students, assign our students into 4 different colleges. When they matriculate, they stay with their colleges throughout. Colleges are sort of reminiscent of Harry Potter and Hogwarts, for those of you who know about those books and movies. The college deans, whom you've met a few minutes ago, have the honor of placing the white coats on the students in their colleges. 4 of the students this year in this year's class, have immediate family members who are members of the School of Medicine's family as alumni or faculty. These legacy students will be presented with their coats by their physician family members. We also have 7 students who will be presented their coats by the director of the Medical Sciences Training Program, Dr. Dean Kettis. The students in Douglas College will receive their coats first, and to present their coats is Dr. Meg Keeley, the Dean of Douglas College. Dr. Keeley is a 1992 graduate of the School of Medicine and a professor of pediatrics. I'm sure all the Douglas students will join me in welcoming Dr. Keeley to the stage. I see the Douglas students are all prepared. They're eager, competitive, I can see. But to the other students, the ushers will stand in the aisles and signal your row when it's time to come to the stage, and you should proceed through the back of the theater and line up beside the stage as Douglas has done. Maybe you could even do it better, who knows? Just kidding. We will release 1 college at a time, so you'll know when it's time to line up. After receiving your white coat, you'll cross the stage and sign the honor scroll prior to leaving the stage. Now, a word to the audience. I know of your pride, your joy, your enthusiasm for what's happening this afternoon. You will have an overwhelming urge to applaud and to yell and to whistle when each of your children, spouses, significant others, grandchildren, parent, or whatever crosses the stage. But I ask you, please, to withhold that until we get the entire college moved through, and then there will be a round of applause that will shake this old building, okay? If you insist upon applauding for each one, we'll have to have a bedtime snack before we finish. All right, let's start. Thank you for your cooperation in advance. Let's start with Douglas College and Kunal Nath Agarwal. Sahithya Alam. Julia Nicole Barney. Kendall Michelle Harris Belak. Alice Rose Bruce. Anna Paula Butacci. Vivian Wing Yan Chan. Timothy Robert Chastanet. Heejin Jun, who is an MD PhD student, an MSTP student. Christopher Chung. Elise Celia Corden. Tomasz Paweł Dubjanski. Sorry. Akshith Dodi. Catherine Ann Doyle, another MSTP student. Daniel Geraldo Herrera. Leon Gia. Catherine Nicole Kearns. James Amin Keeler. Talim Kim. Nathaniel Larson. Megan Lorraine Leslie. Daniel Christian Lewis. Emily Kathleen McDowell. Christina Morello. Jason Stewart Robart, Jr. Marina Ellen Robson. Margaret Berger Rowe. Natalia Maria Schmidt. Matthew Baylor Schneck. Sean Bertram Sequeira. Ulubusola Shafatu. Garrett Christopher Simpkins. Ian Derek Smith. Eric Burl Sorensen. recovering from a broken foot. Okay, you're allowed to applaud for this. John Charles Tompkinson. Sarah C. Wong, another MSTP student. Noel B. Ware. Dustin Wessels. Robert Clark Wharton. Samantha Collins Wickman. Michelle Jasmine Yagyagian. Lauren Yee. How about a wonderful hand for Douglason College? Next to present is Dr. John Dinsmore, who's the Dean of Hunter College. He serves as an Associate Professor of Hematology and Oncology, and also as our Associate Dean for Admissions and Student Affairs. Dr. Dinsmore received his PhD and MD degrees from the University of Virginia and completed his residency at our hospital. Welcome him to the stage. Daniel Kofi Omshampong. Yusuf Ali. Monica Nicole Allen. David Lewis Barking. Shannon Marie Barter. Lauren Brady. Lauren will be presented with her coat by her father, Dr. William Brady, a UVA School of Medicine professor. Grace Alexandra Brown. Rebecca Carpenter. Tyler Chaffetz. John Stanton Costello III. Sarah Lynn Criddle. Sebastian Centers Dobro. Shorik Dutta. Ariel Moses Finberg. Morgan Jean Francis. Daniel Thomas Gilday. Jennifer Green. Leslie Alexandra Hansen. Adriana Lee Irvin. Hannah Catherine King. Samuel Montgomery Jr. John Thomas Morgan. Nina Naganati. Rashik Nizam. Nikol Atal Patel. Riddhi Patel. Tanya Pond Patarabunjerd, another MSTP student. Jamiluddin Kazi. Michael Henry Quinones. Hamika Rahman. Matthew Lonergan Richter, another MSTP student. Natalie Savini. Thomas Gabriel William Scott, another MSTP student. Dane Thomas Sessions is another MSTP student who's unable to attend the ceremony this afternoon. Gabrielle Catherine Smith. Sasan Soldozi. Mega Alkish Vapani. Alexandra Marie Vizo. Howie Wong. John Russell Weiser. Stephen Young. Stephen will be presented with this coat by his parents, Dr. Jeffrey Young and Dr. Denise Young, both UVA School of Medicine professors. Catherine Frances Zisk. And now a round of applause for Hunter College. Now the students in Penn College will receive their coats, and presenting them will be Dr. Chris Peterson, Dean of Penn College. Dr. Peterson is a professor of obstetrics and gynecology and also directs the gynecology clinic at the University of Virginia Student Health Center. Please welcome Dr. Peterson. Nicholas Hayden Aldridge. Kyle Edward Altman. Caitlin Lee Berry. Amal Baloo. Nicole Chambers. Alexandra Curry Doan. Calvin James Dorsey. Emmanuel William Grant. Jacqueline Chen Guo. Matthew Hagerman. Landon Caleb Hobbs. Sarah Shining Auer. Rebecca Jacobson. Slater Armstrong Jameson. Lawrence Stephone Jones, Jr. Lawrence will be presented with his coat by his mother, Dr. Cheryl Jones, a 1992 UVA School of Medicine alumna. Connell Jo- Congratulations. Yeah. Connell Joseph Hugh Kling. Monet Shoshana Albin Lane. Alan Lee. Emmeline An Liu. And Emmeline's sister, Lydia, who is in the class of 2020, will assist Dr. Peterson in presenting the coat to Emmeline. Sean Wesley Walter Nuna. Elizabeth Minan Pham. Jessica Chelsea Pollock. Harshini Piatta. Jasmine Raghuwanshi. David Mitchell Reynolds. John Thompson Rose. Regan Andre Alistair Schwartz II. J. Sanjay Shah. Logan Christian Shellnut. Chunzi Song. Hannah Sweeney. Alexa Adele Tabakman. Lauren Amanda Taylor. William Grayson Tennant. Lydia Marie Huikamp. Amber Bree Young. Jeffrey Zhang. Jesse Young Zhao. Alina Gertrude Zufel. Ladies and gentlemen, Penn College. Last but never least, Reed College, and our dean is Dr. Sean Reed. Dr. Reed is a professor of family medicine at the University of Virginia. Please welcome Dr. Reed to the stage. Onedi Kachi Aligbe. Connor Lee Bracey. Micah Lynn Brickle. Nicole Grace Byram. Daniel Chu. David Lee Chu. Alexander August Hunterwaddle Dulock. Sean Patrick Howie. Desson Galen Haney. Courtney Elizabeth Heron. Lauren Hoops. Amer Javed. John Joseph Kalmanik. Elizabeth Mackenzie Klein. Michelle Lee. Eric Ben Leung. Colleen Mania. Natalie McConnell. Margot Jameson Millette. Jenna Alexandra Milstein. Justin Murphy. V. Newen. Alexander Mark Papp. Paranta Patel. Olivia Brooke Payne. Austin Gray Peters. Taylor Heron Peterson. Paul Patatnot. Timothy Evers Reynaldo. Michael Patrick Sestito. Michael was unable to join us this afternoon. Bowen Shane. Oh, so maybe Michael did join us this afternoon. No? Reynaldo. Okay, got it. Thank you. So Michael Patrick Sestito was not able to join us this afternoon. Bowen Shane. Okay. Matthew Harrison Snyder. Caleb Donaldson Southall. Caleb will be presented with his coat by his father, Dr. Kirby Southall, a 1983 UVA School of Medicine alumnus. Sabrina Rachel Swager. No. Bill Swift. How about William Matthew Swift? Okay. Now how about Sabrina Rachel Swager? I'm sorry. Hans Christoph Wittstum von Eckstedt V. Now you see why I got out of order. I was concentrating on this name. Thank you, thank you. Tiffany Wong. James Henry Wilson II. Thomas Sue. All right, let's have a round of applause for everyone. Next, I would like to invite all the students in the class of 2021 to stand, please, and for all the faculty in the School of Medicine to join me on the stage for the recitation of the covenant for the entering class and their teachers. This covenant is the first of three that you will recite during your medical education and serves to welcome you to the profession of medicine. The words are printed on the program. Liz Wong will lead the students, and I will recite with the faculty. Liz? Liz, you want to come up here?
Okay. As I begin the study of medicine, I acknowledge and accept the responsibilities and privileges of an apprentice learner of ancient art and modern science. With teachers to guide me, I will approach my studies with diligence and integrity, cultivating the competencies and attributes of an accomplished physician. I will respect all persons, including faculty and staff, student colleagues, and especially patients who will ever be my teachers. I will attend to the experiences, beliefs, and values of others and reflect my own attitudes and assumptions. I affirm fidelity to my patients and will respect them, their choices, and their confidentiality. Mindful of my privileged access to their bodies, selves, and stories, I will seek to earn their trust and to care for them with skill, understanding, compassion, and fairness. Medical school will not only cultivate my intellect, but also challenge my moral imagination. It will shape and test my critical judgment and show me my limitations as well as my competencies. It will entail risk. In learning, I will make mistakes. May I forgive, yet always remember and learn from them. Mindful of my own health and well-being, I will seek to balance professional and personal pursuits. I will value my family, friends, colleagues, and mentors, and the mutual trust, humor, and confidence our relationships sustain. The study of medicine will extend throughout my life. In school and beyond, I will hold myself to the highest professional standards. I will look to a collegial model of learning and working. Even now, I assume the physician's social responsibility to improve the health of humankind. To uphold our profession, honor its commitments, and advance its contributions.
As you embark on the study of medicine, I accept the privilege and responsibility of being your teacher. I will teach you the science and art of medicine and encourage you to be thoughtful, discerning, and compassionate in their practice. I will show you what is known and what is not known, what is certain and what is not. I will teach you to advance medical knowledge and skills, care for patients, and attend to the health of the public. Trust me to teach you as I trust you and your fellow students to teach me. You see reflected in me the character and social conscience of my profession. I will conduct myself with integrity and show you how I wrestle with issues of ethics and ambiguity. I will accord you respect, tolerance, and fair treatment. I am entrusted with teaching you to extend the same to your peers and patients. I encourage you to see patients as your tutors and to ground your relationships with them in advocacy, mutual vulnerability, and trust, in the utmost fidelity, for this is the heart of medicine. I will give you responsibilities and supervision appropriate to your knowledge and skills. I will not abandon you to your mistakes. I will encourage you always to put forth your best effort and will ask the same of myself. I ask you to recognize your teacher's limits and also your own, and to use your talents and energy to improve this institution and all that it offers. Together, we are the stewards of an ancient and respected profession. You are this profession's future. Proudly, we welcome you into the study of life and medicine. Students may be seated. Congratulations one more time from me to the class of 2021.